Yo, what's up, folks? Hey, if it's one thing I always talk about, it's Star Wars. It's how this YouTube channel started, and it's well known my hatred of Disney, but I love the Mandoverse, and I will call it the Mandoverse, the space western space saga that is the Star Wars cinematic universe on Disney Plus. I mean, the Mandoverse is great. You got Mandalorian bounty hunters, smugglers, Jedi survivors, find remnants of the Empire, crime lords, turf wars, space pirates. A lot of space cowboy shit going on, a lot of space western bullshit. It's fun. It's fun. It goes back to what the original trilogy was, okay? It's Mandalorian bounty hunters saving the day, fighting against space crime lords, going on like shootouts with Cad Bane, being zeroed in by the remnants of the Hutts, the Empire, blowing the crap out of stormtroopers, Mandalorians being badasses, and like a it's epic. I love the Mandoverse. It's probably modern day sci-fi at its best. In the modern day world of cinema. I mean, you got bounty hunters, not Jedi, saving the day, and you got questions of the moral code of the Mandalorians. A galaxy that's recovering from war, and there's warlords. There's post Gulf War politics involved. I just love it. I love the Book of Boba Fett. I know heresy, right? I love Mando. I love the Mandalorian. I love the focus on outlaws being the heroes of the day. I love the focus of like a post galactic Civil War universe where like the New Republic is an ineffective space democracy run by a bunch of woke space socialists who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And like the Mandalorians are the guys who are saving the little guy on the Outer Rim, and the Outer Rim is the main focus of the story. Tatooine. You got the Mandalorians fighting space pirates, being vigilantes, fighting the remnants of the Empire. In its own way, I love this New Republic era in its own way more than I love the New Republic era of Legends. And in some ways, they both work. The New Republic worked in the time it was written in, and this New Republic era works in the time it was written in. And I love the space western aspect. This is what Disney should have gone with from the beginning instead of a very, 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 very shitty sequel trilogy, which is just a really bad reboot of the original trilogy. I mean, I love the worlds the Mando explores, the politics, the storylines, the themes they're going with. I love the Mando verse, and I will call it that. I include Mando verse as the Ahsoka, the Book of Boba Fett, Skeleton Crew, Mando, and I wish this had been this trilogy with the continuation we got from the reboot of Star Wars rather than what we got with the sequel trilogy. The Empire had become a bunch of freaking warlords and space terrorists. Alog Akbar Vader, and you got space pirates, space terrorism, crime lords, spice wars, crime wars, and the various criminal factions, bounty hunters just making it by in a galaxy in chaos. I love the storylines they've told with it. And I really love the expansion of the Mandalorian lore that we've gotten with the sequel trilogy, not the sequel trilogy, the Mandoverse. I still prefer Karen Travis's Mandalorian culture, but they did her dirty. They did her dirty, but the Mandalorians and that Dave Filoni has made still work. They're still, for the most part, what Karen was trying to describe. There's a lot of elements from Legends that made it into the Mandoverse, and I really respect it for that. That's what I love about the Mandoverse in general, is it's the smugglers, the space pirates, and the bounty hunters that are saving the galaxy. They're being the good guys. It's the sheer lack of heroes and the rise of unlikely heroes and unheroes and space scoundrels and mercenaries and scum that are saving the galaxy and saving the little guy. And not the Jedi hero, which has just gotten so overplayed throughout Legends. And even Legends was taking a step back from that kind of storyline. And Disney doing Legends did, telling all these different stories in different perspectives from different characters, aside from the classic Jedi hero trope, chosen one trope, which was overplayed as fuck. I mean, you get the galaxies and like remnants of the Empire, and fighting for control of the Outer Rim. And I love the stories we've gotten so far with this post Endor era. and how ineffective the New Republic is, and how it's the smugglers and the pirates who are saving the galaxy from the Empire. Because the New Republic is so stuck up its own ass with space bureaucracy and space woke politics, I guess. And those politics wound up blowing up the New Republic and leading to the abomination of the sequel trilogy. I mean, you get the Empire being a bunch of warlords and like and it's the Mando comes saving the day with his Jedi adopted son, Grogu. I love Grogu. By the way, I love Grogu. I mean, just the and like the there's so many stories they've told and good writing that we've got with the Mandoverse and how the remnants of the Empire versus the New Republic are playing out in this Cold War sort of galaxy. I really enjoy and respect it for that. I really just love the focus on bounty hunters and smugglers. These sort of like morally gray characters being the guys who explore the Star Wars universe through, instead of being Jedi and New Republic characters. Although I would like some New Republic characters coming forward. Like a series with Cara Dune leading New Republic commando squads against Imperial remnants would be freaking sick. I would love that. And hot take, Gina Carano did not deserve what she got, and I'm glad she got her job back. I'm glad she got her job back. I'm usually pretty liberal, but the way they treated her was bullshit. And she was kind of right. The freaking woke is just. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. I see both sides of the arguments on most things, but in this case, I'm avoiding talking about this. But even Book of Boba Fett was a good show that followed Boba taking control of the criminal empire in Tatooine and it was like Game of Thrones, but like mixed with like a mafia movie. It was space, criminal underworld politics, and the power plays and like everything in that was like a comic book turned into a Star Wars TV show. I loved it. Black Chrysanthemum, Wookiee bounty hunter, Boba being a crime lord, and how he rules his territory in Tatooine. The Spice Wars. I loved it. This is Legends at its best. This is like the Legends books from the comics in the '90s turned into a sci-fi TV series. I love it. Getting back into it, Dave Filoni did right by Star Wars when he was made creative director. He brought back Legends, and I respect him for that. Now, where would I? So this is what their next big step should be: video games, role-playing games, a lot of role-playing games set in the New Republic era, following the adventures and focus on like bounty hunters and smugglers. That's what they need to do. Save canon. Make video games, role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games set in the New Republic era, set in the Outer Rim, focusing on the adventures of smugglers and pirates and bounty hunters, and take that, set it in the Mandoverse era of the Star Wars canon. Give us stories like with smugglers and pirates and scoundrels. Give us a modern day Star Wars galaxy. Bring that back, okay? Make that, but make it take place in the Republic era in canon with a lot of Legends tie-ins. That would be great. And that's what I would really recommend to people. I do my own Star Wars role-playing game series set in the New Republic era, which is a mix of Legends and Mando, in the Mandoverse, and it's all about like the New Republic fighting against the remnants of the Empire, all the various space pirate factions, huts, bounty hunters. I mix Legends with canon, and I would recommend people do that. Make New Republic era themed role-playing games, tabletop or RP or video games or whatever, and mix the two eras together. I've really done a lot of good with that. With a huge focus on smugglers, pirates, corsairs from the New Republic, smugglers being hired as privateers from the New Republic that attack huts and imperial shipping lanes and transports. There's a lot of good stories you can tell with shit like that. Really focus on being a spacer in the modern day galaxy, post Endor galaxy. That's a Cold War between the remnants of the Empire and the Republic. Cold War politics mixed in with space smuggler like sort of storylines and like character arcs. That would be great. Or hey, maybe do do games based around the remnants of the Empire, Imperial hardliners and Black Ops units, Imperial veterans who are displaced by the fall of the Empire, like a group of Stormtrooper commandos or Stormtrooper veterans who are trying to find work and like continue the vision of Palpatine. Because in the post Endor era and Star Wars canon, the Empire is an ideology more so than it's an actual government anymore, and the remnants of the Empire are loosely affiliated warlords and pirates and terrorists who are without a chain of command, who are trying to start back in the New Republic any way they can. And Palpatine has been venerated as a god, and the new order he created is treated like a religion that Imperials are like becoming like space ISIS, attacking the Republic in any way they can in the name of this ideology and the political cult of Palpatine. That could be a really good story to tell. Like people, Imperial hardliners fighting against the New Republic and doing whatever they can to keep the vision, the quote unquote vision of the New Order alive. You can do a lot of stories with that. Imperial Special Forces units, or Imperial officers, Imperial remnants, and their politics and how they attack the New Republic, and the storylines that could follow that would be great. It'd be what we could have gotten with Battlefront 2, but Battlefront 2 wound up getting fucked over by EA. In general, Star Wars has kind of been in a rut the last couple of years. Mostly because Dave Filoni has not been continuing the Mandoverse. We've gotten like Skeleton Crew, we've gotten which but I love the animatronics for Skeleton Crew. I really do. I love the set design, the creature design, and the visual storytelling elements they've done. There's things about Skeleton Crew I really enjoy. But it fell off after me after the first couple episodes, just because it just lacked any like real engagement or hook. There's not much at stake in the story, and I feel like that's what killed it. Not the concept or like the childhood whimsy. I love those things. I love the space adventures of Skeleton Crew, but it fell off out after a while because it didn't hook me. I don't know. Maybe Star Wars has become so saturated with like the fate of the galaxy and the hanging in the balance that it kind of just lost its hook. But then again, Star Wars Legends in the '90s had like Young Jedi Knights. It had Galaxy of Fear. There are a lot of young reader and young audience projects that have been part of the Star Wars continuity and multimedia since the very beginning. And I'm not shaming that. We need more of that. But even then, it should have a hook. And Young Jedi Knights had a hook with Jason Jaina Solo and Anakin Solo and their training as Jedi Knights fighting against the remnants of the Empire, Dark Jedi armies, Black Sun, going on all these quests. You know, it was like the next generation aspect. And that's what sold Young Giant Knights, in my opinion, which were great books, and you can read them as an adult, and still enjoy them. Um, Best thing of Legends, it was for everyone. Another thing I want to critique about Star Wars canon and why it's in a rut right now, the overhooks in Andor, and just like they just run out of ideas, and they're throwing things at the freaking. They've been doing that for since Ahsoka, in my opinion. The Acolyte was the biggest thing that killed Star Wars for me in the last couple of years, and Andor, because it's leftist propaganda. That's my take on Andor. It's tanky. Well, I shouldn't say that. I see a lot of tankies use Andor as a selling point for their politics, which I hate. I don't know if the director what intent was to make a leftist space propaganda film. Some people are taking it that way. I don't know. I like Andor for the most part. I don't know. Andor just doesn't appeal to me as a Star Wars thing. It just doesn't appeal to me. I'm not a big Andor guy. There's a lot of things I like about it, but there's a lot of things that just don't hook me the same way Ahsoka and the Mando hook me. And the fact that they brought RAPE into a Star Wars TV show disgusts me. Okay? There. Okay? That should not be in a Star Wars TV show. Hot take. Call me a coward all you want. Don't fucking care. But no, Star Wars needs to go back to what it was doing right, which was the Mandoverse, the rebuilding of Legends, the restoration of Legends, Dave Filoni creating Mandalorian, bounty hunters fighting hordes of stormtroopers, Dark Jedi fighting the remnants of the Jedi Order, Bring back Thrawn, bring back the Night Sisters, bring back the Force lore we got with Ahsoka. That's what they need to bring back. That's what they were selling the most on, was the Cold War between the New Republic and the remnants of the Empire, Thrawn, and the meta plot that was going on with Ahsoka and Mando. And just bring back the space outlaw shit. The more you deviate from that, the more you went to shit. Could it go about that direction? Yeah, easily. Just stop focusing on the Acolyte and Andor and focus on the New Republic era. Do that. Fucking do that. But that'll be my rant for today, folks. Star Wars is kind of dead right now, and they need to stop all the space politics and all the freaking SJW bullshit and focus on just telling fun space western stories. That's when Star Wars canon was at its best. For the brief few years it lasted. Well, until next time, folks. That's been my rant about Star Wars and what they need to do to get back on focus and point. Hopefully they take my advice, but hey, I've been wrong before. Peace out, folks. May the Force be with you. Fuck Disney. Fuck Kathleen Kennedy. And The Acolyte is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. Please do not watch it. Stay sane. God bless. Peace.